This is a video on Chapter 15 and the 4 grammar points that are in the textbook for Dialogue 1. The first grammar point we're going to be talking about is indicating an extreme degree using 色. Placed after an adjective, 色 can serve as a complement to indicate an extreme degree of the condition described by the adjective. So in example 1, we say 打针疼死了. So 死 here is emphasizing 疼, which means to be painful. So instead of the translation just saying getting shots is painful, we're adding the fact that it is extremely painful to get shots. For example 2, we say 我饿死了. And here, 死 is emphasizing that you are hungry. So instead of just saying you're hungry, the translation then changes to I'm starving. For example 3, you say 今天热死了. It is awfully hot today. If you just said 今天热, then you're saying today is hot, but the 死 adds the awfully into the English translation. 死 often follows adjectives with pejorative meanings, which are negative meanings, and the combination carries a negative connotation. Most adjectives with a positive meaning cannot be followed by 死. 高兴死了 is one of the very few exceptions. So if you wanted to use 高兴死了 in one of your sentences, you could say 知道了这件事，他高兴死了. He was incredibly happy when he found out about this. You can't use 死 with 好, so you can't say 他跟他的女朋友好死了. The meaning just doesn't make sense. When 死 is used as a resultative complement, it can literally mean to die. So if you wanted to use 死 in this sense, you can say 听说那个地方有人饿死了. I heard people had died of hunger in that place. The second grammar point that we're going to be talking about is indicating the beginning of an action using 起来. 起来 indicates the moment when something static becomes dynamic. It signifies the beginning of an action or state. So if there's an object when the 起来 structure is used, then the object is placed between 起 and 来, and this is shown in example 2. So for example 1, 我们一见面就聊起来了. We started to chat as soon as we met. The 起来 here adds the started into the English translation. For example 2, 他一回家就玩起手机来了. He started to play with his cell phone as soon as he got home. So for this example, if there wasn't an object, if the phone was not in the sentence and you said 他一回家就玩起来了, then the English translation would simply be he started to play as soon as he got home. The third grammar point is 次, which is used to show frequency. 次 is the measure word most frequently used to express how many times an action is performed. The number plus 次 combination follows the verb. So, 上午我打了2次电话. Or you could say 上午我打电话打了2次. And they both have the same meaning. I made 2 phone calls this morning. The second example, 我昨天吃了3次药. I took medicine 3 times yesterday. Here, 次 is behind the verb, which is 吃, and it is the same in this example. 次 is behind the verb 打, to call. If the object represents a person or a place, 次 can go either between the verb and the object or after the object. So you could say 去年我去了1次中国. Here the verb is 去 and then the object is 中国, so 次 is in between. Or you could say 去年我去了中国1次, and 次 can just be after the object, which is 中国. These sentences both have the same meaning, and so they mean last year I went to China once. If the object is a personal pronoun, 次 must follow the object. So here the personal pronoun is 他, so then you can see that 次 is after it in the sentence structure. So you say 我昨天找了他2次，他都不在. Yesterday I looked for him twice, but he wasn't around either time. 变 is another measure word for occurrences of actions, but it pertains to the entire course of an action from beginning to end. So if you wanted to use 变 in a sentence, you could say something like 请你念一遍课文. please read the text from beginning to end once. The last grammar point for Chapter 15, Dialogue 1 is the ba construction, and this follows the structure of subject plus ba plus object plus verb plus the other element. In the ba construction, what follows ba and precedes the verb serves as both the object of ba and the object of the verb. So generally, a sentence with the ba construction emphasizes the subject's disposition of or the impact upon the object, with the result of the disposition or impact indicated by the element following the verb. What this is basically saying is that if you see a sentence with the ba grammar, then you'll know the impact that the subject had on the object, and then you'll know the result of the impact and what it did to the object, basically. So for example 1, the subject is 我, the object is 你要的书, and then the result is that you 找到了, you found it. So 我把你要的书找到了, I found the book that you wanted. For example 2, 你把这个字写错了, you, towards the object, you wrote it wrong. So the translation, you wrote this character wrong. For the third example, 请把那条裤子给我. The fourth example, 你再把这篇课文看看. And the fifth example, 把这篇药吃了. You can note that other elements, the purple part of the ba structure, can be a complement, which is shown in the two examples in the previous slide, an indirect object, which is shown in example 3, 我, the reduplicated verb in example 4, 看看, or the particle 了 in example 5. In the ba construction, the object is often something already known to both the speaker and the listener. So if you didn't know the object, you could say 老王给了小张一些钱. Of course, here the object is the 钱. However, the 钱 is not specified. If you knew the exact amount, if you knew a specified amount, then you could use 把, and you could instead say 老王把钱给小张了. Old Wang gave the money to little Wang. And you can see the difference that ba makes even in the English translation. Here, old Wang gave little Zhang some money. You don't really know. However, with ba, you can say that old Wang gave the money. So you know the money. Both the speaker and the listener know the money. So old Wang gave the money to little Wang. A sentence must use the ba construction when the subject is given, the object is known to both the speaker and listener, and the verb is followed by a complement in the form of a prepositional phrase with 在 or 到. So you can't say 你放笔在桌子上. Here you have the subject, you have the object. However, 放, the verb, is in the wrong spot. You could instead say 你把笔放在桌子上. The structure is in the correct order. So this is a sentence that you could say, put the pen on the desk.